विद्या ददाति विनयं विनयाद्याति पात्रतां पात्रत्वात् धनमाप्नोति धनधर्मं ततः सुखम्।
नमस्कारः सर्वेषां सुप्रभातम्। मङ्गलकार्यस्य पूर्वं प्रार्थना आवश्यकम्। इदानीं प्रार्थनाश्लोकः वक्तुं नित्या आगच्छति।
धन्यवादः। ॐ नमामि धन्वन्तरिम् आदिदेवं सुरासुरैर्वन्दित पादपद्मम् लोके जरारुग्भय मृत्युनाशम् दातारमेशं विविधौषधीनां क्षीराप्तेरुदितं देवं पीतवस्त्रं चतुर्भुजम् नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नित्यं नानागद विशोदनं नानागद विशोदनम्। ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
The influence of teachers extends beyond the classroom, well into the future. I would like to call our principal, Dr. Kritika Madam, to start the day with the words of her wisdom.
Namaste to one and all. I wish everyone happy Onam on this auspicious occasion. We are very happy to celebrate this Sanskrit Day on behalf of Nanda Education Institutions and Nanda Ayurveda College. I welcome all my dear students, my dear teaching faculties, doctors and parents who are present for this Sanskrit Day, to celebrate this Sanskrit Day. And every year, usually the Sanskrit Day is celebrating Sanskrit Days of choice. But this year, Ministry of Ayush, as well as the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine, have compelled all the Ayurveda colleges to celebrate the Sanskrit week. So, on behalf of Nanda College, Nanda Ayurveda College, I welcome our chief guest, Shri G. Shankaranarayanan, who is a professor of Sahitya from National Sanskrit University, Tirupati. Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time on this day. We are very happy and glad to have you here. And with a short speech, I'd like to give an introduction about this Sanskrit week. The Sanskrit week is celebrated every year, 3 days before and 3 days after the Shravana Purnima. And this year, it falls from 19th to 25th of August. And it will be an usual program for all Sanskrit universities, colleges and organizations to celebrate this every year. But I feel that it should be celebrated by all hereafter, because Sanskrit belongs to all. Sanskrit is a language of culture, and it is a source of inspiration and bond of unity. So if we really love Sanskrit, we have to take an initiative to promote the learning of Sanskrit and make Sanskrit for all. And I think we can start from our home itself and let all the Ayurvedic students who learn Sanskrit be an inspiration to others. And with this, let me finish my the short talk at Vadatu Sanskritam and Jayatu Sanskritam. And I also pay my respect to my beloved and respected Sanskrit sir, Shankarakuti sir, who taught Sanskrit in our college. And I also, my humble pranams to all the Sanskrit teachers in our country and also in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. इदानीम् अस्माकं कनस्य मनोरञ्जनकार्यक्रमः आरम्भः। प्रथमः संस्कृतगीतं गातुं नित्या आगच्छति।
नमस्ते, मम नाम नित्या। अहं गीतं गायामि। पठत संस्कृतं, वदत संस्कृतं, पठत संस्कृतं, वदत संस्कृतं, लसतु संस्कृतं चिरं गृगे गृगे च पुनरपि, लसतु संस्कृतं चिरं गृगे गृगे च पुनरपि, पठत संस्कृतं, वदत संस्कृतं, लसतु संस्कृतं चिरं गृगे गृगे च पुनरपि, ज्ञानवैभवं वेदवाङ्मयं लसति यत्र भवभयापहारि मुनिभिराजितं, ज्ञानवैभवं वेदवाङ्मयं लसति यत्र भवभयापहारि मुनिभिराजितं, कीर्तिराज्विता यस्य प्रणयनात्, कीर्तिराज्विता यस्य प्रणयनात्, याशभाष कालिदास भानमुख्य कविभिः, याशभाष कालिदास भानमुख्य कविभिः, पठत संस्कृतं, वदत संस्कृतं, स्थानमुचितं यस्य मन्वते, वाक्विचिन्तका हि वाक्षु यस्य विश्वमधुरतां, स्थानमुचितं यस्य मन्वते, वाक्विचिन्तका हि वाक्षु यस्य विश्वमधुरतां, पठत संस्कृतं, वदत संस्कृतं, लसतु संस्कृतं चिरं गृगे गृगे च पुनरपि, यद्विना जना नैव जानते, भारतीय संस्कृतं सनातनावृतां वरा, पठत संस्कृतं, वदत संस्कृतं, लसतु संस्कृतं चिरं गृगे गृगे च पुनरपि, जयतु संस्कृतं संस्कृतिस्तथा, संस्कृतस्य संस्कृतेश्च प्रणयनाच मनुकुलं, जयतु संस्कृतं संस्कृतिस्तथा, संस्कृतस्य संस्कृतेश्च प्रणयनाच मनुकुलं, जयतु संस्कृतं जयतु मनुकुलं, जयतु जयतु संस्कृतं, जयतु जयतु मनुकुलं, जयतु जयतु संस्कृतं, जयतु जयतु मनुकुलं, जयतु जयतु संस्कृतं, जयतु जयतु मनुकुलं। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः नित्या। इदानीं श्लोकपारायणं कर्तुं सिल्वेस्टर् आगच्छति।
नमस्ते, मम नाम सिल्वेस्टर्। अहं श्लोकपारायणं करोमि। हिदाहिदं सुखं दुःखम् आयुस्तस्य हिदाहिदं, मानं च तच्च यत्रोक्तम् आयुर्वेदः स उच्यते। कायवाक् बुद्धिविषया ये मलाः समुपस्थिताः, चिकित्सलक्षणाद्यात्मा शास्त्रेस्तेषां विशुद्ध्यः। सद्यः फलन्ति गान्धर्वं मासमेघं पुराणहं, वेदाः फलन्ति कालेषु ज्योतिर्वैत्यो निरन्तरम्। अन्यानि शास्त्राणि विनोदमात्रं, प्राप्तेषु वा तेषु नातैश्च किञ्चित्। चिकित्सित ज्योतिष मन्त्रवादाः पदे पदे प्रत्ययम् आहवन्ति। एकं शास्त्रं वैद्यात्मकं वा सौख्यं चैकं यत्सुखं वा तपं वा, वन्त्यश्चैको भूपतिर्वा यतुर्वा, एकं कर्म श्रेयसं वा यशो वा, यस्मिन्नादं सर्वमिदं नादं भवति निश्चितं, तस्मिन् परिक्षमः कार्यः किमन्यशास्त्रभाषितैः। चरगः सुश्रुतश्चैव वाक्पटश्च तदा परगः, मुख्यश्च संहिता वाच्यस्तिस्रा एव युगे युगे। अथ मैत्रीपरः पुण्यमायुर्वेदं पुनर्वसुः, शिष्येभ्यो दत्तवान् षड्भय सर्वभूतानुकम्पया। अग्निवेशश्च बेलश्च जटुकर्णः परशराः, हारितः क्षरपाणिश्च जगृस्तन्मुनेर्वचः। बुद्धिर्विशेषस्तत्र छिन्नोपदेशान्तरं मुनेः, तन्द्रस्य कर्त्वा प्रययम् अग्निवेशा यदो अभवत्। अग्निवेशकृते तन्द्रे चरग प्रति संस्कृते, यदि हास्ति तदन्यत्र यदो हास्ति न तत् क्वचेत्। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः सिल्वेस्टर्। इदानीं संस्कृतसम्भाषणं वक्तुं नाना विघ्नेश आगच्छति।
नमस्कारः। मम नाम विघ्नेशः। अहं संस्कृतसम्भाषणं करोमि। संस्कृतभाषायाः महत्त्वं। व्याकरणसम्बन्धिदोषहरिता व्यवस्थितक्रिया कारकसमन्विता या भाषा सा संस्कृतभाषा कथ्यते। सम्प्रति अस्माकं देशे अनेकाः भाषाः प्रचलिताः सन्ति, यथा हिन्दी, बङ्गाली, मराठी, गुजराती, उडिया, अस्सामी प्रभृतयः। सर्वासां भाषाणां जननी संस्कृतभाषा एव अस्ति। संस्कृतभाषाया एव एतेषां भाषाणाम् उत्पत्तिः। अस्माकं भारतीयानां समस्तं साहित्यमपि संस्कृतभाषायामेव वर्तते। अस्माकं सर्वप्राचीन ग्रन्थाश्चत्वारो वेदाः, उपवेदाः, देवाङ्गानि, दर्शनशास्त्राणि, धर्मशास्त्रम्, अर्थशास्त्रं, कामशास्त्रं, पुराणानि, उपपुराणानि, काव्यं, नाटकञ्जे इत्यादि समग्रमे विशालं ज्ञानविज्ञानवैभवं संस्कृतभाषायामेव निबद्धं वर्तते। बाह्यसाहित्यातिरिक्तं जैनधर्मस्य, बौद्धधर्मस्य च महत्त्वपूर्णाः ग्रन्थाः संस्कृतभाषायामेव लिखिताः सन्ति। भारतस्य सम्पूर्ण इतिहासः संस्कृतभाषायामेव निबद्धो वर्तते। देवासुराणाम् आख्यानम्, अवताराणां कथाः, महापुरुषाणां चरित्राणि, राजनैतिक वृत्तान्ताः, वंशोपवंशानां विस्तृतं वर्णनं, भारतीयानां विदेशेषु गमनं, स्वसंस्कृतेः प्रचारश्चेति सर्वमपि भारतीयमितिवृत्तं संस्कृतस्यैव रामायण महाभारत पुराण प्रभृतिषु ग्रन्थेषु समुल्लिखितं वर्तते। महर्षि वाल्मीकि विरचितस्य रामायणस्य, द्वैपायन वेदव्यास विरचितस्य महाभारतस्य च लोकोत्तर महत्त्वं वर्तते संसारे साहित्ये च। संस्कृतमृते भारतीय वृत्तपरिज्ञानाय न अन्यः कोऽपि पन्था विद्यते। एवञ्च भारतीयानां धर्मः, संस्कृतिः, सभ्यता, इतिहासः, सदाचारादीनां विषयाणां कला, ज्ञानं, रीतिः, नीतिः किमपि ज्ञानं संस्कृतं विना नैव भवति। अनेनैव कारणेन भारतीय जनतायाः कृते संस्कृतशिक्षायां महती आवश्यकता वर्तते। यतः भारतस्य प्राणभूते द्वे विद्यते, संस्कृतं संस्कृतिः च। अत एवोक्तं भारतस्य प्रतिष्ठे द्वे, संस्कृतं संस्कृतिस्तथा इति। यस्य संस्कृतस्य ज्ञानं न भवति तस्य भारतीयतायाः किमपि ज्ञानं नैव भविष्यति। भारतराष्ट्रस्य विभिन्नप्रदेशेषु सांस्कृतिकदृष्ट्या एके संरक्षणाय संस्कृतस्य महती आवश्यकता वर्तते। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः नाना विघ्नेश। इदानीं पुनः श्लोकापारणं कर्तुं हरिप्रिया आगच्छति।
नमस्ते, मम नाम हरिप्रिया। अहं श्लोका वदामि। वैदिकसंहितप्रणेतारः अश्विनौ देवविषजौ यज्ञस्य वाहाविधि स्मृतौ यज्ञस्य हि चिरचिह्नं पुनस्ताभ्यां समाहितं प्रशीर्णः दशानः पूष्णो नेत्रे नष्टे बकस्य च वज्रिनश्च भुजस्तम्भास्ताभ्यामेव चिकित्सितः। चरित्रं हि वेरिवाचेति पर्णम् आजाकेरस्य परितक्मायां सत्यो जङ्गामायसि निष्फलाये धने हिते सर्तवे प्रतिदत्तम्। ततो धन्वन्तरी विष्णुरायुर्वेद प्रदर्शकः बिभ्रत् कमण्डूलं पूर्णम् अमृतेन समुदितः। अहं हि धन्वन्तरी रादिदेवो जरारुज मृत्युहरो मराणां शल्यङ्गैर्परैरुपेदं प्राप्तो अस्मि गां भूये इहोपदेष्टम्। धन्वन्तरी धन्वभृतां वरिष्ठम् अमृतोद्भवं चरण उपसंगृह्य सुश्रुतः परिपृच्छति। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः हरिप्रिया। इदानीं नाट्यं नृत्यम् अक्षरा प्रसाद् आगच्छति।
धन्यवादः धन्यवादः अक्षरा प्रसाद। अस्माकं कणस्य मनोरञ्जनकार्यक्रमः समाप्तः। इदानीम् अतिथिपरिचयं कर्तुं सबरीधरमहोदयः आगच्छति।
अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वकम् अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः। अद्य संस्कृतदिवसः कार्यक्रमः चलन् अस्ति। अस्माकं नन्दा आयुर्वेद महाविद्यालयस्य संस्कृतदिनमहोत्सवस्य मुख्य अतिथिः प्राचार्यः जी शङ्करनारायणन् महोदयः भागं करोति। मम हार्दिकस्वागतं निवेदयामि। महोदयः न केवलं साहित्यशास्त्रपण्डितः, तस्य ज्ञानं नास्ति संस्कृतमेव, नाट्यशास्त्रं, लिपिग्रन्थशास्त्रं, पुरातत्वशास्त्रे अपि श्रेष्ठिः भवति। लिपिग्रन्थः नाम मैनस्क्रिप्ट विषये, आर्कियोलाजिकल डिपार्टमेंट विषये अपि श्रेष्ठिः भवति। सामान्यतः संस्कृते दृष्टुप् श्लोकाः, अनुष्टुप् श्लोकाः सन्ति। अनुष्टुप् छन्दसः श्लोकं कर्तुं वयं समर्थः शक्नुमः, किन्तु दृष्टुप् छन्दसि श्लोकं कर्तुं न शक्यते। परन्तु महोदयस्य ज्ञानं भवति 10 निमिषे दृष्टुप् श्लोकः कर्तुं समर्थः भवति। अस्माकं ज्ञानवान् बुद्धिवान् भवति प्राचार्यः शङ्करनारायण महोदयः। महोदयः नेशनल संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी मध्ये प्राचार्य रूपेण कार्यं करोति। तस्मै प्राचार्याय कृते मम हार्दिक स्वागतं निवेदयामि महोदयः। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः महोदय। अधुना अतिथि भाषणं करोति इति श्री शङ्करनारायण महोदय प्रार्थयामि।
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शरज्योत्स्ना शुद्धां शशीर्तजटाजूटमकुटाम्बरत्रासत्राणस्फटिकघटिका पुस्तककरां सकृन्नत्वा नत्वा कथैव सतां सन्निदधत्ते मधुक्षीरद्राक्षा मधुरिमधुरीणाः गणितये। सर्वेभ्योऽपि नमो नमः। प्रांशुपालमहाभागये कृतिका महोदयायै मे नमः। वैद्य महाभागेभ्यः सर्वेभ्योऽपि आचार्येभ्यः मे नमांसि। शिष्यवराय शबरीधराय स्वस्ति, अन्येभ्यश्च छात्रेभ्यः स्वस्त्यस्तु भूरिशः। मम मनः मोमुद्यते, नितरां मोदम् अनुभवति संस्कृत सप्ताहोत्सवम् अमुं वीक्ष्य। अस्मिन् महामारिकालेपि भवन्तः सर्वेपि एतादृश महोत्सवं समातन्वन्ति इति ज्ञात्वा नितराम् आनन्दम् अनुभवति मम चित्तम्। भवन्तः सर्वेपि युवकाः आयुर्वेदं पठन्ति इति, एवञ्च अस्माकं प्राचीनं वेदं परम्परां सम्प्रदायं च प्रसारयन्ति इति वस्तुतः अहोभाग्यम् अस्माकं देशस्य। अस्माकं देशे सर्वाः अपि विद्याः वेदेन साकं तुलिताः सम्बद्धाः साक्षात् वा परम्परया वा। तथैव आयुर्वेदः। वेदः नाम न केवलं स्वरैः उदात्तानुदात्त स्वरैः यद् गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे इति उच्यते, स एव वेदः। एते उपवेदाः अपि वेदत्वेनैव गण्यन्ते। नाम आयुर्वेदः, अर्थवेदः, एवं गान्धर्ववेदः, धनुर्वेदश्चेति उपवेदचतुष्टयमपि वेदत्वेनैव गण्यते। यथा वेदज्ञाः व्यवहारं कुर्वन्ति तद्वदेव उपवेदाः अपि। उपवेदानां ज्ञातारः ये भवन्ति तेऽपि वेदज्ञाः एव। अतः भवन्तः अपि सर्वे वैदिकाः इत्येव उद्घोषयितुमीहे। अत्र वैदिकानां समावेशः भवति। अतः वैदिकानां या निष्ठा भवति, यः सदाचारः भवति, यः सद्व्यवहारः भवति, तादृशव्यवहारः भवद्भिरपि अनुसर्तव्यः इति अहं प्रार्थये। न केवलं विद्यया मनुष्यः मनुष्यो भवति, अपि च स्वस्य व्यवहारेण आचारेण च मनुष्यत्वं प्राप्नोति। तत्र भवन्तः सर्वेपि न केवलं विद्यया अपि च व्यवहारेण आचारेण च मनुष्यत्वं प्राप्नुवन्तु, एवं च तत्रापि उच्चस्तररूपेण कीर्तिं प्राप्नुवन्तु इत्यहं प्रार्थये। भूतदया, अहिंसा, एवं च दानादिकं यद् विहितं भवति, तत्र आयुर्वेदग्रन्थेष्वपि अयमेव सिद्धान्तः दृश्यते। नाम भूतदया प्रथमापेक्षिता भवति। अतः भूतदयया साकं सर्वेषां प्राणिनाम् उपरि अहिंसा, एवं दानं, सत्यं, शौचम्, इन्द्रियनिग्रहः इति एते गुणाः यदि भवन्ति तर्हि भवन्तः सत्यं वैदिकाः इत्यत्र न संशयः। अद्य केरलेषु महान् उत्सवः चलति, ओणम् इति नाम्ना महान् उत्सवः। तत्र महाबली इति कश्चित् राजा बभूव, वामनावतारे तावत् पाताललोकं प्रापितः इति च कथा श्रूयते। तस्य आगमनम् अद्य भवति। यद्यपि सः दुरहङ्कारी आसीत्, श्रीमद् वामनेन पातालं प्रति प्रापितः, अथापि तस्य प्रजारञ्जनं सर्वैरपि इष्टमासीत्। अत एव केरलेषु अद्य तस्य पुनरागमनमपि उत्सवत्वेन मन्यन्ते। तादृशे महति उत्सवे संस्कृतस्यापि उत्सवः चलति इति महान् आनन्ददायकोऽयं विषयः। At the outset, I express my sincere gratitude towards the authorities of Nanda Ayurveda College and one of my dearest students, Shri Shabaridhara. Actually, Ayurveda is considered to be the Upaveda, which contains the knowledge which is required for maintaining our lives. So it is very much important that we have to follow the rules and regulations of Ayurveda in our life. Not only the knowledge of the text alone will work there, and apart from that, we have to improve our qualities too. And I beg your pardon that please protest whenever this Ayurveda is mentioned as alternate medicine by anybody. This is not alternate medicine, but it should be called as traditional medicine or oriental medicine. Actually, this is the medicine for provincial cure. we are not concentrating only on the persons with disabilities or persons with diseases. We are making prevention cues through this Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is fully connected with the great language Sanskrit, one of the oldest languages of the world. So we cannot separate Sanskrit from Ayurveda and Ayurveda from Sanskrit. So we have to concentrate on the language as well as the Ayurveda. And the proposals are there to improve the knowledge of Sanskrit through Ayurveda and the knowledge of Ayurveda through Sanskrit. So we have to make it clear that Sanskrit is very much required for Ayurveda. And it is a shocking that in some colleges, without the knowledge of Sanskrit, they are teaching Ayurveda, which is totally wrong. And I'm very glad that in this college, you are promoting Sanskrit to inculcate the knowledge in Ayurveda towards the students. So I express my sincere thanks towards that, because you are making the path very clear that Sanskrit is very much essential for Ayurveda. And we wove a debt towards the great sage Patanjali, who made three important texts for the purification of our life. There is a well-known verse in the praise of Shri Patanjali Maharshi, which gives the purification of mind, the words that is the language as well as the body by him. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Yogena chittasya, he was the purifier of mind through yoga, because he wrote Yoga Sutras, starting from Yogas Chittavritti Nirodha, etc., etc. And Padena Vacha, he wrote a great commentary which is called as Mahabhashya for the great grammar which was written by the great sage Panini. And he was the person who was called as Charaka nowadays, and he wrote Charaka Samhita. Malam Sharirasya cha Vaidyakena. He was called as Charaka, and he wrote Charaka Samhita according to our tradition. So Patanjali was the person who wrote three texts like Yoga Sutra, Mahabhashya, and Charaka Samhita to purify our mind, our words, that is language, and our body. So you have to keep in your mind that we have to purify our mind, our words, and our body. So not only dealing with the body is enough for Ayurvedic physician, but also to maintain the purity in our mind as well as in words. So be educated and propagate the principles that were imbibed through the ages by our great sages. Actually, we are given a great opportunity to transmit the knowledge which have been created or originated or propagated by the great sages like Patanjali and others. And please tell that this is not an alternate medicine, because this is the original medicine or the traditional medicine of our country, and this will give the preventive cure to each and everybody. And this is considered to be the Panchama Veda or the Upaveda. So we are the practitioners of the Vedas, not only the main Vedas, but the practitioners of Upavedas are also called as Vedikas only. So we have to we have to follow the discipline as well as the other rules and regulations which were prescribed for a physician. Nowadays, I feel it very strong that the physicians of modern age are taking alcohol and other things which are not prescribed in the medicine as well as in the general discipline. But it is very shocking to note that even the Ayurvedic students are following the same pattern or following the same indisciplined manner which is followed by other students. It is totally wrong. You are the Vedikas, you are following a Veda. So the discipline should be maintained by you all. Not only you are a physician, you are a Vaidika. Please think yourself that you are a Vaidika, you are following a Veda, and you have to abide the rules and regulations of this medicinal system. So this is my humble request. And we have a series of evidences starting from Vedas regarding our medicinal system. As the shlokas uttered by Haripriya, Vishphala, she was a great queen mentioned in Rig Veda, and her legs were cut in a war, and the same were replaced with iron legs by Agastya. It is mentioned in Rig Veda. So replacement of limbs are mentioned in Vedas, and in Ramayana we have a wonderful evidence that Kaikeyi addresses Dashratha stating that you belongs to a race, solar race, and Rajarshi is called as Alarka, who gave his eyes to a Brahmin to maintain his truth, because he gave oath to the Brahmin that I will bestow my eyes to you. So he maintained the oath and he maintained his promise, and he gave his eyes to the Brahmin, Alarka, the Rajarshi. So it is mentioned in Ramayana. So the eye donation is mentioned in Ramayana, and the limb transmutation or the transfer of limbs or the replacement of limbs is mentioned in Rig Veda. And as well as we have had so many instances mentioned by Haripriya in her shlokas, where there are so many evidences in Puranas and other literature where where you cannot imagine the medicinal system of ancient days in such way it is mentioned in our ancient treasures. So starting from the Vedic age, we have so many medicinal systems. And I make an appeal towards the authorities of college. Please engage the students to make a dictionary with the names of herbs mentioned in Ayurveda with the modern names. It would be very much useful to the students as well as the teachers as well as the upcoming students to know each and every herb mentioned in Ayurveda, because Sanskrit is a very much a scientific language where even the name itself will tell the medicinal property of the plant. You have Arshogana, which will cure the arshas, that is the piles. So even from the name, you can get the medicinal property or the medicinal quality of a particular plant or herb. So this is the scientific nature of Sanskrit. If you take each and every name of a particular plant, then at least one name will represent the medicinal quality of the plant. That is the real nature of Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is very much essential. The linguistics as well as the literature is very much essential. And the grammar, because for Nasya, you have the, you use the word Nasya in your literature, but the derivation of the word Nasya is there in the Vyakarana and the grammar. If you use another word, the meaning would be different. For Svedana and others, you use the word, but the derivative of the word is from the Vyakarana, is from the grammar. If you use the same derivation in another manner, it would give another meaning. So this is the scientific nature of the language. So you have to know the grammar, you have to know the literature, and you have to know the names of plants as well as the procedures. So these are the things. Don't rely upon the translations available which were made by other scholars. Translation in any language, in Tamil or English or Malayalam or Telugu or any language. Please read the original text with your Sanskrit knowledge, and after that you decide on your own. Then you will become a great physician. This is the real secret behind Ayurveda physician. Nowadays, we are seeing that based on the translation and based on the interpretations made by others, physicians are making their own considerations and prescriptions. Don't make that. You go through the line. You go through the line in Sanskrit from the original scriptures and interpret in your own way with your knowledge in Sanskrit. So study well, read well, go through the literature well, and go through the scriptures. After that only you will become a great physician in Ayurvedic field. Without the knowledge of English, you cannot read allopathy medicine. Without the knowledge of Urdu or Arabic, you cannot read the Urdu, the Unani medicine. Without the knowledge of Sanskrit, how can one person will read Ayurveda? So Sanskrit is very much essential with its deep roots, starting from grammar and other literature and other scriptures to read the Ayurveda texts properly. So mentioning this, I extend my sincere greetings towards Shabaridharan and the authorities of the great Nanda Ayurveda College, and my greeting towards all the students of this great Mahavidyalaya. And I pray to the Almighty that the students of this Mahavidyalaya may become great physicians in the future. Thank you for the opportunity. I deem it a great honor conferred upon me to be here with you all in this auspicious day as a chief guest, and I express my sincere gratitude to one and all. Thank you very much.
Chinmayam vyaptim sarvam त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. धन्यवादः महोदय.
Before I deliver today's vote of thanks, I would like to call out the respective principal to share a few words on today's celebration.
Respected speaker of this today's occasion, thank you so much, sir. And I believe all my students will obey your words on this day. And we also take up your suggestions in making the dictionary. And I also want to share that already we have in Dravya Guna Vijnana, this Namarupa Vijnana, that all the Sanskrit names of the plants, actually it is identified based on the nomenclature of that particular plant. And they study in their second year. And I have to thank Samskrita Bharati. If I fail that, then I will not be sincere to that institution. All these years, Samskrita Bharati has done a very great job in promoting Sanskrit, especially this spoken Sanskrit. So every year they take the spoken Sanskrit from the day 1 to I think 15 to 20 days. Only after learning the spoken Sanskrit, we actually go for this lipis or this aksharas, because most of the students from Tamil Nadu or from any other states, they don't know Sanskrit. Even though they know Hindi, Sanskrit grammar is entirely a different one. As you said, Ayurveda and Sanskrit is like a samavaya sambandha. It's an inseparable relation. It cannot be separated. And we always insist our students to learn the Tika. Even if they learn Ashtanga Hridaya, they have to take the Sanskrit commentary. And if they read the actual commentary, they will understand the meaning in depth, not the superficial meaning, because Sanskrit is such a beautiful language that superficial reading will not help them to learn the actual concept what Acharya has explained. So